Let's get more on the SEC Bitcoin headlines that broke in just the past hour. SEC Chair Gary Gensler saying an earlier tweet from the agency that said Bitcoin ETFs had been approved. That tweet was unauthorized. For more on the implications, let's bring in Dmitri Alperovitch, Silverado Policy Accelerator's executive chairman and the co-founder of CrowdStrike. He joins us on the fast line. Dmitri, great to speak with you.
Thank you for having me.
When you take a look at what's gone on, what's your initial take? What are the questions that you initially ask?
Well, this is a really big deal because this is actually the first Twitter hack that I can remember, and there have been so many of them, that actually was really, really smart and that was able to move the markets by $22 billion, almost $23 billion in market cap for Bitcoin. So someone could have really cleaned up here. This wasn't just a prank, as we've seen in the past, where they're posting some scam or some message that is really irrelevant to the markets. This was clearly designed to make some money here. And I'm sure that companies like Chainalysis and other blockchain transaction investigative companies are tracking this right now, trying to figure out who could have possibly benefited from it.
But when it comes to figuring out who might have been behind this breach, this hack, where would you go first as a security expert?
Well, I would be looking at the transactions on the blockchains. And, of course, the great thing about the blockchain is that everything is recorded. So even though it's pseudonymous and you may not know exactly who's behind it right away, every transaction is available for you. So anyone that is placing bets on Bitcoin that it would go up right before this tweet, you want to look very carefully. And then anyone who's selling minutes into it is a potential someone who's potentially tied to this hack.
So basically, you're saying that you would trace who made the most money off this trade, and therefore you'd find the person who probably funded the hack of whatever it may be, whether it be Twitter or the SEC itself?
That's certainly the first lead you want to investigate. It doesn't necessarily mean that that person is going to be responsible, but it's as good of a start as any.
From your standpoint, Dmitri, is this easy to do? I mean, you mentioned this is the first hack where you saw money actually being made. And we've seen other instances fairly recently, I think within the past year, for instance, of a AI-generated photo of the Pentagon in flames, and that actually moved the S&P 500. I mean, there are various examples here. You can actually quantify the dollar amount which which the Bitcoin market moved by, but there are other ways to move the markets as well. Is this easy to do in your view? I mean, if you're going to hire a hacker, can you do this?
It's certainly possible, but I can tell you, hacking an account of a major organization like the SEC is generally not easy. Many of them will have what's known as multi-factor authentication enabled, which means that you don't just need their password, you also need a one-time code that would be generated. And, one thing that I'm really curious about here is that there's been another profile hack just on Friday of a major cybersecurity company that's usually also very good on security. So one of the questions I have right now is this a hack of SEC or their Twitter account, or is this potentially a problem with the X itself, the platform, where someone may have been able to get to the back end and reset passwords and gain access to a number of accounts? So it could be much broader than just this one organization that was compromised here.
So are you trying to link the two potentially? Cybersecurity, you're only as strong as your weakest link, right? And so if you hire a cybersecurity company or any other company to do work for you, and there's a backdoor into that company, they then have a backdoor into yours. Are you saying that hack of the cybersecurity company on Friday could have contributed to this in some way?
No. What I'm saying is that someone could have hacked X or Twitter itself and gained access to the accounts of both. So the fact that these are happening within days of each other is really, really suspicious. And we know that in the past, people have been able to get access to Twitter accounts by compromising the organization or social engineering employees within it or even bribing them. So it's happened before. We know that, of course, Elon has fired so many people inside the company. We don't know how many people are left inside their security team. So it's quite possible that the issue is on that side.
Is it your impression that Twitter's security is porous?
Well, it's been poor for quite some time, for many years, and I find it hard to believe that after firing more than half of the employee base, it's gotten any better.